hear me hit the perfect notes of WrestleZone. It's a WrestleZone news flash on this January 4th, 2021, in the year that is hopefully better than last year. Let's get into the stories that we'll cover today. New Japan Pro Wrestling presented a show at the Tokyo Dome in front of real fans. Real fans were present for wrestling at an arena. Isn't that a crazy headline? Yeah, it is. Hulk Hogan will be a part of tonight's WWE Monday Night Raw Legends Night, and in promoting it, he recently revealed he's getting a cold shoulder from some WWE stars at recent WWE events. We'll talk about that and so much more in today's news flash. If you haven't done it already, support the show. It's free. You're watching this content already. Just hit the thumbs up button. All right. If you're already following us on Facebook, that's great. Make sure you set your reminders so you know when we go live. On YouTube, hit that like button and subscribe as well so you know exactly when we go live. We'll be live after Monday Night Raw, after AEW NXT. We'll be covering different WrestleZone wrap-ups throughout the week. And, of course, if you can't watch it, you can listen to it. WrestleZone podcast, hours of free content every single week. Let's get into the news, baby. Hulk Hogan, brother, is going to be bringing his 25-inch pythons and legendary name to Monday Night Raw this week. And in promoting it, he was on ESPN.com talking to them about it. And he said, with the recent scandals in the past few years with him, that is a, quote, mixed bag. Some people I really get a warm reception from. I guess he's referring to WWE locker room here. Some younger guys are really cold to me, like I'm coming to steal the main event. And I'm like, I can't do it anymore, guys. I'm not a threat. Going back with all the legends will be a lot of fun. What I've gone back before myself, there are certain wrestlers like Edge and Seth Rollins that have told me to my face that the only reason they got into the business was because of me. The newer kids, I don't think they know who I am all the way. The wake-up call that really got me was with Stone Cold Steve Austin. We weren't really close at all, but over the last few years have become good friends. It caught me off guard when he called me one day and we're chatting about cars or something, and all of a sudden he goes, "Damn, Hogan, I was on the internet the other day and I can't believe all the stuff you did in your career." When Stone Cold didn't realize that I had done The Love Boat and Johnny Carson, then I understood why young people didn't know. Hogan continued saying, "That's because 20 years there wasn't a Stone Cold or a Rock or a John Cena. It was just me every day, sometimes twice on Saturday. I'd wrestle 400 times a year. It was crazy. The timing was so perfect for me because of how hot wrestling was. The cover of Sports Illustrated, the craziness of the first WrestleMania, it just took off like a rocket. It's hard to recapture that. We blaze such a trail. It's hard for me. It's hard for the young guys to follow that trail." A little bit of a dig there, I guess. I don't know. You can interpret it your way. It's like what Vince McMahon always says, "Hogan, I always looking for an attraction." That's because we branded something in Vince's mind where he's always looking for the next big thing, the hood ornament. So, how do you feel about that statement? You can read the whole thing right now at WrestleZone.com. Of course, ESPN, credit to them for that interview. An interesting take there from Hulk Hogan, especially at this state in his life and this state in his kind of post-in-ring career. Interesting what reception he'll get online appearing on tonight's Raw Legends show. Also set for that show is Ric Flair, which will be fun. Always fun to see Ric Flair. Woo! On TV. We have a couple woos in the chat. Kevin Durgan sending it in to us. Is Trish Stratus really on the show? I believe she's one of the names confirmed for it. I do know that Alicia Fox and Tori Wilson are divas from the past of WWE that are set to appear. And we're also going to get an appearance from Carlito. Plus, you're getting a world title match. Drew McIntyre versus Keith Lee for the WWE Championship. Now, many people assume that we're going to see Sheamus do a run in there after the Keith Lee and Sheamus went at it last week for that number one contender spot. But something makes me think there's some shenanigans. Maybe we don't see a title change. But, another but. I'm making two buts, so that's two cheeks. Assuming. But we also have Miz with the Money in the Bank briefcase. So it'll be interesting to see what they're going for. WWE definitely going into the first non-Monday Night Football Monday of 2021, and they want to make it count. Tyler Blake, not Tyler Black, that's a different Tyler, saying Vince, quote, looking for attractions over actual talent is why WWE is meh. No, I don't think that's a fair assumption. Anyone who's in entertainment looks for an attraction. Anyone. Doesn't matter what you do. If you run an arena, you want something that's going to attract eyeballs. If you're AEW, you want something that's going to attract eyeballs. If you're New Japan Pro Wrestling, which we're going to talk about in a second, you want something that attracts eyeballs. So it'll be interesting to see what is going on here. Ernest saying, is Stone Cold set for tonight? I don't believe Stone Cold Steve Austin will be on WWE Raw tonight. I don't believe that's the case right now, from what I know. But they do have a big list of names, and we have them up at WrestleZone for you guys to check out. Let's get into New Japan Pro Wrestling, a 2-night spectacular from the Tokyo Dome in Japan, where they almost didn't have fans. Now, Japan as a country has been dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic quite well. They've had surges. The culture there with masks is very up to date. They've dealt with the bird flu in the past and different outbreaks on the Asian continent. So this is something they were, I would say, a little bit more keen on. Not a political statement, but their Tokyo province was talking about potentially going into a state of emergency just days prior to the biggest New Japan Pro Wrestling show of the year. And obviously, they would have been affected by that. Kevin Kelly, English commentator, went on the record saying there was a possibility of the show not having fans, but still being Wrestle Kingdom. So it would be like WrestleMania this past year. Now, a few months ago, when things were in a little better state, obviously the vaccine not here, there was talk that Japan was able to keep the virus down to a minimum, that they were thinking of having 20,000 socially distant fans at the Tokyo Dome, which I believe has a capacity of well over 40,000. Last year's event did very, very well for them. It was one of the biggest non-WWE events of the year. This was the biggest wrestling event in Japan since that Wrestle Kingdom that started 2020. Obviously, things were much, much different. We don't know an estimate of the actual size of the crowd, but we can tell you the whole floor was filled with socially distant fans, and fill is a term. You can see pictures online. There were thousands of people at the show. We don't know the exact number. We've heard numbers anywhere from 5,000 to 12,000, but nothing is confirmed at this time. Let's get into the actual card. This was a lean and mean show. Started with the pre-show 22-man New Japan Rumble. This one a little bit too long. I enjoyed it. It was fine. The final four competitors will move on to the King of Pro Wrestling provisional match tonight. So that's a title that you get and you can hold for the rest of the year, and you can only defend in gimmick matches, basically stipulation matches. The four men that advance in that are going to be. Do I have this in front of me? Oh, yes. Toru Yano, Bad Luck Fale, Bushi, and Chase Owens. Interesting, Bad Luck Fale, Chase Owens of the Bullet Club, Bushi of LIJ. Toru Yano is the current king of pro wrestling. He's quite the comedy character. He is the comedy character of New Japan. Didn't even get in the match and was able to advance. He was the final entrant to come out there in kind of the Rumble style. The Best of the Super Junior winner versus the Super J Cup 2020 winner, Hiromu Takahashi defeated El Fantasma. An incredible match. Great opener. El Fantasma doing everyone who's previously been in the Bullet Club's moves. He even did a stock lash. He did a coup de grace. He did a bunch of mean things in this match. The IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team match, Gorillas of Destiny, represented by Tonga Loa of the Bullet Club. They defeated Suzuki Gun, Zack Sabre Jr., and Taichi via pinfall. Great match. I enjoyed a moment where Zack Sabre Jr. turned to Taichi and demanded the more flamboyant superstar help him by powerbombing Zack Sabre Jr. as he was giving a suplex to Loa, yelling, "It's the effing Tokyo Dome. Get over here." It was quite the moment. Congratulations to Tama Tonga cracking his unfortunate long losing streak at Tokyo Dome. So now he has a title 7 times. 7 times the IWGP Tag Team Champions. Tonga Loa pinned Zack Sabre in that match, by the way. IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship Challenge match. So the winner of this match would then go on to face the current IWGP United States Champion, Jon Moxley, who's not defended that title since February of 2020. Moxley did send in a tape promo saying whoever wins the match will face him. He is the Pale Rider. They did horse graphics, and he taped this promo apparently from the New Japan Dojo in the United States, but did not appear on the show. Obviously, that would be a long quarantine for him. Kenta defeated Satoshi Kojima in this match with a brutal GTS. I mean, it looked like he put his knee through him. Congratulations to Kojima. This is a 50-year-old man having a banger of a match, but I don't think anyone thought he was going to defeat Kenta. Solid effort. Hiroshi Tanahashi defeated the uprising superstar Great Okan via pinfall with the high fly flow. It took two of them to the back and the front there. Great Okan, I think, was in a little bit over his head. Stylistically in the ring, I mean, Hiroshi made him look great. Tanahashi needed to be revived at 44 years old. Is he the superstar he once was? No, but 44 in Japan, you still have a long tenure in the ring. And I think he looked great in this match, and he definitely took a younger superstar along with him. I don't want to say carry the match, but he definitely made Great Okan look formidable in this match, which was a challenge. No shot at Great Okan. He's just not there yet. I think he was a bit in over his head. My take. Kazuchika Okada defeated Will Ospreay via pinfall. This was 35 minutes. A really great match. The money clip is this hold that Okada's been trying to get over and what has been a down year for him. And he kept going back to the hold. I kind of think it held back the match. Great match. They went in and out of the ring. They did a brutal, pancake suplex into a table that didn't break, and it sliced open Okada's back. There was tombstones on the apron. This was a crazy match, but finally the Rainmaker, which we haven't seen in a long time, and Okada wins it. Great match. It is a match I think people will be talking about for quite some time. IWGP Heavyweight Championship match, the double titles, the heavyweight title, the Intercontinental title, it's all on the line. Kota Ibushi versus Naito. Winner of this match would move on to take on Jay White, who holds the kind of the Money in the Bank briefcase, the I'm going to get the title shot at G1 briefcase there. Kota Ibushi versus Naito. This was a banger of a match. Just an absolute banger. It took 3 blasting Kumagoes to Kumagoes. All right. I was bound to mess up one word in this to win this. And Kota Ibushi collapsing on top of a Naito after an exhausting effort. And he didn't even know he won. J1 interrupted him, saying his title reign will only last one day. And, of course, had to make the scene to tease into night 2. Quite the show. If you haven't seen it, go get New Japan World, njpwworld.com. That's njpworld.com. Very cheap, very effective. And if you just want the one-time thing, you can get it through fight.tv as well. We have the full results and full coverage from Ross Berman at WrestleZone.com. Did you enjoy this video? Did you like it? Did you not hit like yet? I know how many people are watching. And if you're watching, you just simply hit the like button. It helps us. I know it's an annoying internet thing, but it's a thing that helps us with people on the internet. People excited about the Royal Rumble. Do we know what's going on with the Royal Rumble? Do we have any more confirmed entrants? I assume we'll get some more announced on Monday Night Raw tonight, SmackDown, maybe even NXT later this week. We'll find out more about that. For everything Royal Rumble, we will have you covered tonight and beyond.